Hi guys, Chris here. In this video I am going to show you how to create customized buttons for your iOS application. I will be showing you 3 different methods on how to implement these customized buttons and how we can create them. So let's get started. So the first way you can create customized buttons is by using software like Photoshop. I will be using pixelmator, it's for the Mac, and I will be showing you how to create a button with a transparent background and implement it. Create a new Xcode project by clicking create new Xcode project right here. I have already created one called custom button. This is just an empty project with nothing in it, and this is how we get started. And then I will open up pixelmator, which will be the software which I use. You can of course use Photoshop or any other software like this. I will then click File, New, and create an image with a width of 200 and height of 200. That's fine. So here we have our image. I will, for example, create a ball here. I will delete the old background we had and make it fill everything here. So this could be an example of how to create the customized button. We will then say export as PNG, call it ball. It should be on my desktop by now, as you can see up there. So now we have the ball, and we will then just drag the ball into our assets folder right here. Then our ball will be implemented in our project or inserted into our project. From here we can now create a normal button by searching for button. It's in the wrong, I'm in the wrong section here. But button. Here we have the button, and to make use of our customized button, which we just imported, we will click on the button, and on the left side here we will find image, and here we can choose ball because it knows the ball, and here we can resize it to whatever we want, and we have our customized ball. So this is how to do it using pixelmator, and of course you can use other software as well. The second way of creating customized buttons is by using the default Keynote application, which comes with the Mac OS when you buy a Mac or iMac or something like that. So this is an easy, nice way how to implement customized buttons, but the problem with using this method is that the background will not be transparent. You will have a white background or some other color background which you can change. So I will create new document, new presentation, press the white one. I will delete all this standard startup text, and if you look up here you have shapes. Go away. Shapes. In here you have all these kind of shapes which you can use for customized buttons. Of course, if you create games and stuff like that, you're also able to use these shapes in your game. So now we have dragged this one out. We can take some text and place press me please, and set it here in the middle. Then I will press Shift Command 4 and take a screenshot of this little button. As you can see, we will get the white background, and that's the problem of using Keynote, because the background won't be transparent. But if your application's background is white as well, this won't be a problem. We will drag this new image, which I'm gonna call custom button 1, into our assets folder here, and then I am going to do the same as I did before. Drag a button in here. On the right side on images, press custom buttons. It will be a little big, but we can resize it like this, and there you go. Here we have our customized buttons. So the third and last method is going to be programmatically created customized buttons, and the problem about them is that they could be a little tricky, and it takes a little bit time to code them in instead of just using some software like Photoshop. But in the end, if you use stuff like SpriteKit for creating games for iOS, you will probably end up programming the buttons most of the time. So it's really nice to know. To create the button programmatically, I will go to my view controller and create it in view.load. As I said, you will, if you guys are gonna experiment with SpriteKit anytime, then you will often program your buttons like this. So we say init and type of, we want a round rectangle dot round rect. So this is the button here. I'm gonna start off by setting the title of the button. Set title to like this video, and it's just for being normal here. Then I will say button dot, I will create the frame next up, and make it a CG rectangle, and I will just use floats and say 50 by 150 by 200 and 52. That's somewhere at the top middle. Then I'm going to say create a border width with the layer of the border width and set it to 5.0. I think that's fine. Button dot layer dot border color. Gonna paint it a little bit, and I will use the UI color and set it to red. Whoops, to red, and then write CG color to specify what kind of color I want. I will then say and program the background to be background. You can of course use background image as here. I won't do that. I will just use a color here, and I will set it to UI color dot black. So after the background, I will specify the title, button dot title label question mark because it's an optional, and I will say UI color dot white. Like this. Then I am going to tint the color here by saying UI color dot setting it to white, and say layer dot corner radius. We don't want to have it as a as that much of a rectangle. We want to make it look nice. Then I will set it to the view so we will be able to see it, and add it to the sub view, and just button because that's the name of it. So you can't see it in the storyboard, of course, because it's programmed, and we will have to compile our application to see this button. So if I compile this, we will open up the simulator, and let's see if it works. It should work fine, but let's see. It's a little slow. Yeah, there you go. That's our beautiful button. Of course, I think we will move this one aside, put it down here. And of course, you can't really see the button. For example, if you want to create an action for this button, we will control click and drag them like this. Oops. Like this into here and create an action. We can't do that with the other button because we can't see it. So if you want to create an action to this button, we will have to write it on our own, and we do that by creating an object function and let's call it button clicked, and just like so. It's a UI button, and in here we're just gonna print out hello YouTube. So we have to add a target, which will be this function down below. So we say button.add target, and then we say it's ourself and hashtag selector button clicked is the function we want to hit. Button clicked was down there, and we are doing it for dot touch up inside, just like that. So if we run the application again, we will be able to print out hello YouTube with this button. So if we click here, as you can see down below, we are printing out hello YouTube. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I am trying to keep all my videos as short and precise as possible for not wasting anybody's time, and hopefully you learned a little bit. And yeah, I will be creating a lot of more videos in the future. So if you like the video, subscribe below, and I will see you next time.